Good morning, dear students, and welcome back in our video lecture with the same topic, separation of substances. Yesterday we have discussed about sedimentation, decantation, and also we have done related experiments related to sedimentation, decantation, and filtration. Today we are going to study about uses of filtration in everyday life. So, what is filtration? Filtration is nothing but the separation of unwanted material by using filter. And in everyday life we are using this filtration method in for many purposes. Like fruits and vegetable juices are usually filtered before drinking to separate the seeds and pulp. For making paneer, what your mother do? You know how to make paneer? Yeah, just add some lemon juice into the boiling milk. It forms mixture that consists of particles of solid paneer and a liquid, and then the paneer is separated from the liquid through the fine filtering cloth or strainer. This is nothing but one of the use of filtration in our everyday life. Then water means in nowadays rainy season is there, and you all know in rainy season in water many germs, many pathogens are there, many microorganisms are there which causes many diseases. Means cholera, typhoid, these are the diseases which spread through the water. That's why in I think almost in all houses filter is there. Aquaguard, Pureit, many filters are there. So these filters are the use of everyday life of that filtration. Water that we just can be made absolutely safe for drinking by using electric ultraviolet water filter, and this is example of filtration in our everyday life. Different types of RO are there available in the market which are used for filtration of water for drinking. It consists of semi-permeable membrane having fine pores in it, and these pores allow only water to pass but not the impurities, and thus filters them out, and just all these filters keep us free from that all germs, and they just protect us from diseases. Okay, so these are the examples of filter or uses of filtration in our everyday life. Now we are going to start one more method for separation. So students, in my previous video lecture we studied about sedimentation. What is sedimentation? What happens in sedimentation? The heavier particles just settle down at the bottom, but we can increase the rate of sedimentation by loading. In fifth standard, you have studied about loading. Loading is the process of helping fine solid particles in a solid liquid mixture to settle faster by adding special chemicals called loading or coagulation. So, in rainy season also, we need to separate that fine particles of soils from water, and in many houses your mother just use simple chemical which called alum. Alum is nothing but in Marathi it is called turti. So just swirl the alum of 10 to 15 times in water. Then what will happen after some time? All the soil particles get settled down at the bottom. What happens in loading? This alum acts as coagulation or loading. Alum can be used for faster settlement of particles in muddy water. When we just swirl that alum in water, then what happens? All the particles just coagulate and they just settle down at the bottom. It increases the rate of sedimentation. So remember this thing also. What is loading? And what is the example of loading in our everyday life? It is alum. Alum means what? In Marathi it is called turti. And you all are familiar with that alum. Now we are going to study some other methods. Means in my previous video lecture we have studied about how to separate insoluble solid from liquid. Now we are going to study how to separate soluble solid from liquid. Means salt, sugar, these are the solids which get dissolved completely in water. Then how to separate, how to bag these solids again by from that liquid. So evaporation is the process in which by using we can separate solid and a soluble solid in liquid, and in is non-volatile in nature. So sugar and salt are the substances which get dissolved in water, and we can separate this sugar and salt from water by using evaporation. What is evaporation? Evaporation is the process in which what students liquid get converted into gaseous state. So when if you have mixture of salt and water, then you just keep it in evaporating dish or in a that pan, and just put that pan in a sunlight or heat that pan. Then what will happen, all water molecules get evaporate and salt remains as it is in the dish. It is the process of evaporation. Same process you can do for a mixture of sugar and water. Salt pan is example of evaporation in our daily life. Then one more method is there for separation of that liquid, or both solid as well as liquid components are recovered by the method of distillation. Means in evaporation what happen, we can get only solid substance which get dissolved into that water. But if we want both that solid substance also and that water molecule also, then one more method is there which is called distillation. So you can see in the diagram what is the, it is the distillation setup, but it is not available in our labs. That's why you just observe all the diagrams and just try to understand what is distillation. Okay, so you can see in the diagram what is distillation setup. In distillation, flask is there, or round bottom flask is there, and just take whatever you, if we are taking example of salt and water, then just take that solution into that round bottom flask, and then just heat that round bottom flask with the help of burner as shown in diagram. And then one outlet is there at the top. From that outlet all water vapors are just passed through the condenser. Here condenser is there, and condenser has two outlets, means one is for inlet and one is outlet. From that openings, two openings are there for condenser. From one opening water comes, and second opening is for water out. So just water just pass through that condenser, and what will happen, as because of this cold water, and you can see here in the diagram, in the middle tube is there, and around that tube water just passes, and because of this water vapors inside that tube get cooled. And you all know what is condensation. Condensation is the process in which on cooling water vapors are converted into liquid. So these water vapors are converted into water, and we get that water into the conical flask. You can see in the diagram. And in round as all water get evaporated and it get collected into that conical flask, what is remaining in the round bottom flask? Salt just remain in the round bottom flask. By using distillation process we can get both salt and water again. In evaporation what happens, we just get only salt, not water, because water get evaporated into the atmosphere. But in distillation we can obtain liquid again. So this is distillation process. Distillation is means this distillation is used for distillation of impure water, sea water, to get pure water in laboratory. This process is done. Doctors use pure water for dissolving medicines for infections. So this distilled water is used for medicinal purposes also. Okay, this is distillation. So we have studied about loading and distillation. So what is loading? Loading is the nothing but by increasing rate of sedimentation by using chemicals like alum. And what is distillation? Distillation is the process in which, means distillation process is based on the principle of distillation of liquid component in soluble solid liquid mixture. Means we get both solid and liquid by using distillation process. Then one more method is there which is called fractional distillation. So what is fractional distillation? If we have to separate more than two liquids from each other, and all these liquids have different boiling points, then we can separate this liquid mixture by using fractional distillation. Example is, means in mineral oil, in crude oil, petrol, kerosene, diesel, naphtha, all liquids are there, and they all having different boiling points. So we can separate petrol, diesel, naphtha, then kerosene separately by using fractional distillation method. You can see in the diagram how this fractional distillation setup is there. Okay, so today we have discussed about loading, then distillation, evaporation and fractional distillation. These are the four methods Evaporation is used to separate soluble solid and liquid. Also distillation is used for separation of both solid as well as liquid components from mixture, and fractional distillation is used to separate if two or more liquids are there, then we use a fractional distillation. And then one more, loading is used to increase the rate of sedimentation. Alum is the example of loading or coagulation. Okay, then next method is, also we have discussed about uses of filtration. The next method which we are going to study is centrifugation method. So what is centrifugation method? Centrifugation method is used to separate, if two particles are there, you can see in the diagram what is centrifugation. If you just want to separate heavier particles and lighter particles from each other, then centrifugation process is used. So principle for centrifugation method is, it is based on slotting down of insoluble heavier solid particles present in an insoluble solid liquid mixture under mechanical rotation. So centrifugation method is used to separate insoluble solid liquid mixture. Means we have studied about sedimentation, decantation, loading, filtration. These are the methods to separate insoluble solid from liquid. Also centrifugation is the method which is used to separate insoluble solid liquid solid from solid liquid mixture. So you can see in the diagram two tubes are there, and these tubes are just rotated fastly, and because of this rotation these fine particles, means this process of separating fine suspended solid particles from a solid liquid mixture by rotating the mixture in centrifuge, it is called centrifugation. So when we just rotate that tubes, what will happen? Heavier particles settle down at the bottom, or if fine particles that all just settle down at the bottom because of this centrifugation. The technique is widely used in our day-to-day life. It is used in washing machine, in squeezing out water from wet clothes. You can see in the water, if you have washing machine at your home, just observe what happens in washing machine. It just rotate, and what happen? It's squeezing out water from wet clothes during spinning. It is also used in dairies at homes to separate out cream or butter from the milk. Your mother just when she just uh, makes buttermilk, what she do means she just rotate that strong, means it just rotate mechanically, and then what will happen, just butter is lighter, that's why it float on that buttermilk. And in diagnostic on and pathological laboratories, it is used to separate blood cells from blood. And example is then one more example is centrifugation of milk to separate cream from milk. In laboratories for pathological studies, this centrifugation method is used. So if the heavier particles are heavier, then the particles are settled down at the bottom of the tube. If they are lighter, then they just float on the tube. Okay, on this is centrifugation method. So today we have discussed about methods for separation of insoluble solid from solid liquid mixture. Two methods, loading and centrifugation. And for soluble liquids, evaporation, distillation. And fractional distillation is used for liquid separation. Okay, so if you have any doubt in all these processes, you can ask me. Thank you.